Namaskar, my name is Dhiren, and on behalf of Sri Aurobindo Society, I would like to welcome you all at this live webinar. This live webinar is organized by Sri Aurobindo Society and is sponsored by STFC Bank. In the series of these new innovative ideas, today we would be discussing the innovative ideas or the case study that has been given by the teachers of the state of Sikkim. So if you would see in this booklet, you will find a logo somewhere here, which is of the state of the Sikkim. And this booklet has been exclusively printed by the ideas that has been given by the teachers of the Sikkim. So you will see here the images of the teachers who has given the innovative ideas. So these are the teacher who has given these ideas. We will be discussing today the ideas of these innovative teachers. And what are these ideas? What would be the case study that I would be discussing? We would be discussing about the same in the later part of this webinar. So, as I said, that these ideas have been given by the teachers of the Sikkims, who are the educators, who are the teachers like you all. What ideas have been given by the teachers? What are the case studies? We would definitely be discussing today. From the past 4 days, we have been discussing about the innovative ideas that has been given by the teachers of the state of Sikkim. Today, in the series of the innovative ideas, I would be discussing a case study called New Age Teaching Technique. Before I go ahead and I start discussing about this case study called New Age Teaching Technique and the innovative ideas inside it, I would like to make you a request prior to that, that if you have any question, any queries, any concern regarding this case study or regarding the innovative ideas that I would be discussing with you, I would be giving you a time in the end of during the end of the webinar where you could ask your question, you could ask your queries, and I would definitely try my level best to resolve your queries or question related to that. In the same way, if you have any question, any queries regarding this program, which is ZIIEI, as in Zero Investment Innovation for Education Initiative, if you have any queries regarding to this program, as in how you could give your innovative ideas, what are the procedure for these innovative ideas to get selected, how you could be rewarded and recognized as the state and national level. If you have any queries regarding this platform, this program at the same time, please feel free to ask me a question. I would definitely give you an answer, or I would definitely try to give you an answer related to the same. Similarly, if you have any questions, apart from the question or queries, if you have any experience that you want to share with us, and by using this webinar as a platform, you want to share your experiences with the teachers across the nation or whoever is watching us at different social media platforms, be it WhatsApp, it's YouTube, it's Zoom, you could definitely share your experiences with them. I would love to have your experience shared at this platform. So there are two ways using which you could share your experiences with us, or you could ask your question to us. The first way is that if you're watching us at Facebook, at the comment box, you can drop your comment or question or your experiences. I would read those comments, those questions, and would definitely give you an answer on that. Secondly, if you're watching it the Facebook and you want to have an interaction with me at this live webinar, you want to have a face-to-face interaction, you could definitely do that at the Zoom, at the Facebook comment box. Just please check, there would be a link to get connected with us at Zoom. So by clicking on that link, you would be directly connected to me through Zoom, and you could ask your question, you could share your experiences verbally, and I would love to have your experiences shared at this platform, because those experiences of yours could definitely be benefited, could definitely be something which could be used as a benefit, or which could be benefited to us and to the other teachers who are watching this video. So moving ahead to the innovative ideas or the case study that we have to discuss today. And as I told you earlier, the case study that we would be discussing today is new age teaching techniques. A student-centric education or the child-centric education system is possible only when a student take the lead of the teaching and learning process. When he is keen to learn, when he is interested to learn, and where the teacher plays a role of a guide and a mentor at the same time to teach the student. The interest and the curiosity of the student is something which is much needed for a child-centric education. Our teacher understand the same. They do understand that it is very important for the student to get involved in the process of learning, because if the student is involved in the process of learning, if the education is experiential, he or she would definitely be interested to learn. And when the student is interested to learn, when he's keen to learn, when there are so much experiential teaching or learning process involved in the activity, then definitely the student will be much more keen, much more focused toward the education, and the learning that would be done through experiential way. The learning which is activity based is definitely a one which is concrete, which is durable, which is sustainable, and which could be actual called a learning in number of terms, in number of ways. Our government has done so much for the students, such as providing midday meals, providing free books, providing bags, providing shoes, then providing bicycles, etc. That definitely has helped in increase of the enrollment of the student. But converting that enrollment into attendance is itself a challenge in front of the teachers. That conversion of an enrollment into attendance is itself a challenge that number of schools are facing nowadays. Teachers said that the main reason behind the conversion of enrollment into attendance is that the main challenge that we as a teacher are facing is that the students are not very much keen, they are not interested, they're not fascinated, they're not curious to learn. They don't show the interest to learn. And the main important thing, when we as a teacher, not me, the teacher, when they said that when they introspect, they realize that it is the monotony of the schedule that is getting followed in the school is something which make the student not interested toward the studies. For example, teacher said that, sir, I ask the student, for example, if I'll ask you a question, that what is your favorite dish? When I say what is your favorite dish, it could be anything. It could be, for example, someone said gulab jamun. Since it's not a verbal thing where we could communicate, you could definitely give me an answer at the Facebook if you're watching or the Zoom. So, someone, for example, if I ask you a question that what is your favorite dish? So someone said that, sir, my favorite dish is gulab jamun. So, ma'am, if your favorite dish is gulab jamun, so I believe you love gulab jamun a lot, right? So, in the morning when you wake up, you see that at your table, in the breakfast table, the dining table, you see two hot gulab jamun. How would you feel? You will love it, right? At the afternoon, when you open the lunch box, the only thing you could find is something which you love the most, and that is gulab jamun. How do you feel now? The same gulab jamun that you had in the morning, you are having the gulab jamun in the afternoon as well during the lunch. You will say that you will still love it. In the night, when you go home and when you sit at the dining table for the dinner, what you see is that in the entire dining table, there is nothing except the gulab jamuns. Will you eat it? Remember the same gulab jamun which you love the most. You might say that, yeah, I'll still eat it. But what about next day when you wake up and you see the gulab jamuns in the more dining table for the breakfast? Will you eat it? The same gulab jamun that you love the most? You say, yeah, I might, right? But now tell me that if you have been given gulab jamun for the entire 365 days, for the 3 time each and every day, how will you feel? How will you feel? Will you still like it? The answer will be no. Why? The same gulab jamun which you used to love a lot, which is your favorite dish, when you are told to eat it again and again, all during the 3 time morning, like for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner, you would not be interested to eat it. Not doesn't matter how much you love it. The reason is, if I'll ask you why you won't eat it, you will say most probably the answer would be that, sir, we'll get bored of eating the same dish again and again, right? Don't you think the same thing happens with the student? They have to follow the same routine each and every day. Get up in the morning, join assembly, morning prayers, then go to classes, maths, English, science, social science, CBS, then go back to class, have lunch, then do your homework, sleep for some time, then go to coaching or tuitions, then return back, do the homework, then in the next day morning start with the same routine. Where is newness? Where there is nothing new. Teacher said this is one of the most important reason. This is the prime reason reason which make the student least interested toward learning. There's nothing new for them, and we, being a teacher, we have been following the same thing, same pedagogy, same learning process from past 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 years. We have been teaching the same thing again and again, and the situation is such that now we don't even have to open the book. We'll go to the class, we'll start teaching the same thing. There's nothing new for even us. So the teacher said this with the same thought. I thought I came up with the thing. I means the teacher came up with the thing that why can't we do some changes? Why can't we introduce new ways of teaching techniques for the student, which could be joyful, which could be experiential, which brings or which provides or which improvise the cognitive skills of the student, the psychomotor and the affective domain of the student. And with the same thought process, teacher introduced the innovative ideas, and I would be discussing these 5 innovative ideas today, which has been given by the teachers of the Sikkim, and we would be discussing those 5 innovative ideas under this case study called New Ways Teaching Technique one by one. Before that, let me tell you the name of the teacher. Let me introduce you with the teachers who has given these innovative ideas. The name of the teachers are Sushmita Rai ma'am from Junior High School East Sikkim, Pampa Devi Chetri ma'am from High School Duglakha Renhok East Sikkim, Pempa Bhutia ma'am who's from North Sikkim. Then we have Mala Gurung ma'am who's from Primary School Kabi North Sikkim. Then Shamang Bhutia sir who's from Kabi Sangha Monastic School North Sikkim. Then we have Hima Kharil ma'am who's from Government Junior High School Adampool Ranka Ramtek East Sikkim. Then we have Pramila Vesnet ma'am who's from Temi South Sikkim. Then Tenzing Bhutia sir, who's from Tumin Secondary School, East Sikkim. Then Monu Hang Kheva sir, who's from Garvin Senior Secondary School, Singtam, East Sikkim. Then Garjaman Rai sir, who's from South Regu, East Sikkim. Then Bhaishung Bhutia sir, who's from Government Secondary School, Aridhar, East Sikkim. And last but not the least, Hise Jangmu Bhutia ma'am, who's from Namchi, South Sikkim. So these are the 12 innovative teachers who has given these 5 innovative ideas. I would be discussing these innovative ideas one by one, and I'm pretty sure that you would love these innovative ideas. So the first innovative idea that I would be sharing with you today is I teach, I learn. As in I teach, I learn. You might ask a question that when I teach, someone else will be learning. How could it be that I teach and I learn? I study, I learn could be a thing, but how could it be I teach, I learn? So the question to this answer would be given when I would be discussing about this innovative idea. So giving a student intrinsic motivation to learn is a difficult task. However, sometimes children can inspire and lead each other. Sometimes the senior student can be used to teach the younger student, and when the senior students are used to teach the younger student, the younger students sometimes learn the topics with the help of their seniors, which they are not able to conceptualize, not able to understand when it is getting taught by their parents or teachers for some time. So teacher use the same psychology. And if you remember, when we were kids, I'm sure we all were kids, right? So when we were kids, there were times when if our seniors are saying something, we used to consider as truth. We used to pay more heed, more dedication, more attention to whatever the senior is telling. Even though if teacher is telling something, we won't pay much attention to it. But at the same time, if the senior is telling something, we would be more keen to listen what he or she is saying. By using the same psychology, teacher said that, sir, I thought why not senior classes student could be used, could be involved in teaching the student of the junior classes. What could be the benefit of that? Let's have a discussion on the same. Just try to understand the psychology behind that. That me being as when as a student, when I have to learn something for myself, I won't pay much attention to it. But when I have to teach it to someone else, when I have to explain it to someone else, I'll be focusing much more on the concept. I'll be paying much more attention to conceptualize this, to understand the topic, so that if someone asks me any question, I am able to understand and I am able to answer the queries of the person. So teacher used the same psychology, and he said that, sir, I thought why not senior student could be used to teach the junior students. We call bhaiya or didi or whatever to them. So, for example, in order to start that, what teacher did is teacher first had a discussion with the student of the senior classes. He asked them that what if you are made a teacher, how would you like if you are asked to teach someone? Don't you want to be a teacher where you are teaching someone, where you are giving knowledge to someone? So don't you feel good? And if you get a chance to help your colleagues, help your junior in teaching them, by clearing their concept, how would you feel? So obviously the student would feel great. Teacher similarly asked that, wouldn't it be great if you can help a younger or a weaker student to do much better in their workplace, in the areas of their work? A student definitely, I'm sure, will say yes, that I'll feel proud, I'll feel good, I'll feel better. Similarly, teacher has a discussion with the student of the junior classes, and teacher do ask them that wouldn't it be great if you always had someone older to help you with your studies? Your senior Didi and Bhaiya would really like to teach you. Would you give them a chance? Won't you want to learn from your seniors? Would you want to learn a number of things from them, that how they have passed the classes, what are the questions that you need to prepare, how the question need to be prepared, and a number of questions that you have. So would you be interested to do that? So obviously, even I'm sure that the student of the younger classes would nod their head that they are interested to learn from their seniors. So the teacher asked the student of the senior classes. It could be implemented in multi-graded school where there is single teacher or where there are multiple teachers at the same time. The student of the senior classes, just take an example that a student of class 6 are told to teach the student of class 3rd. But there are times why the senior students are involved is because number of times we have noticed, and it has been noticed in the government schools, that the concept of the senior students are not cleared even if they are in the senior classes. So there might be possibility that the student of class 6 does not have much information, or his concept of class 2nd even are not clear. So that will give the student of the senior class even a platform to clear his concept. When he would have to teach us a fellow student, a younger student, he would definitely be more attentive to learn. And when he is understanding when he's learning the concept of second standard, that will definitely be helping him for his senior classes at the same time. You might ask me the question that how could that be of helpful in his senior classes? So I have an answer to it. For the class up to fifth or sixth, the topic or the concept you will find are nearly the same. For example, in the EVS or in the science, you will learn about fruits, then from fruits to tree, then from tree to the climate, the atmosphere, from the atmosphere to the seeds and its types, what are the various parts of the seeds, etc. So it's talking about the fruit, and it's related. Everything is related to fruit. Where we eat tree, we eat seeds, we eat the climate that needed for a specific fruit, seasonal fruits, etc. Similarly, for the crops, you will find the level of the subject increases, but the discussion would be nearly related to the same thing. For example, it could be related to the environment, it could be related to the surroundings, it could be related to the modes of transport, etc. for the student. Similarly, in maths, it could be plus, minus, as an addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. So this is how it goes. Excuse me. So the student of senior classes are given a student for one student of junior classes each, and teacher decides a time, and during that time one student from the senior classes is made to sit with the student from one student from the younger class, and the students are asked to prepare a topic, prepare a question, and explain the concept to the student, to the junior students. If teacher also advised to the senior student that if any student is not able to understand with the way that you are telling, you must change your way and then try to explain the same topic to your younger student. At the end of the month, teacher asks the question, and it is very important that at the end of the month, teacher interviews the older student to know their experiences from this activity, as in what specific change they have realized in themselves or they have noticed in themselves. What are the best practices that, according to them, are good or that could be used to teach to the student, and how you feel that what was the purpose of this process of learning. So there are a number of questions that are asked to the senior students, and these questions definitely bring the power of the sense of responsibility within the senior students at the same time. The reason when I say that the sense of responsibility, I mean that when a student, a senior student, is standing in front of a teacher, standing in place of a teacher, assuming himself a teacher, he is in a new role. Earlier, he was just sitting as a student. He was not very much aware about the rules and responsibility of a teacher. Now, when he himself is standing as a teacher, when he could see that his students, or as in his juniors are talk chit chatting, they are not involved in studying, they are looking here and there, they are giggling, he realizes that what is the role of a teacher and how he has to control the student, how he has to do something to make the student involved in the study. And at the same time, when he'll ask this junior to focus on the study, to learn more and more, he himself has to learn and he himself will start learning. And this is what is something which will bring a huge changes by implementing these innovative ideas. Now, I'm sure that you have loved this innovative idea. Now, moving on to the next innovative idea, that is Curiosity Box. What is Curiosity Box? How and why this idea came into picture? Let's have a discussion on that. We all know that children are the curious beings, eager to observe and understand the happenings in their daily life. they learn and they observe from number of things, number of resources, number of activities that they see in their surrounding. However, sometime when teacher is teaching a subject, when teacher is teaching a topic, or when they see something happening in the surrounding, due to hesitation or sometimes due to fear, they don't ask the question, and that curiosity remains in their heart, in their mind, and they don't get the answer to that question that they have running in their mind. So in order to clear that curiosity, in order to help the student with an answer to that question running in his mind, teacher came up with this innovative idea called curiosity box. I'm sure it has happened with all of us, or number of us, that in this the class when we are there are and it had happened with me as well a number of times, that the student has some question in his mind, he want to ask the question, he want to raise his hand, but he do not raises his hand because of the fear or because of the nervousness or because of the shyness in this at the same time. He or she might think that what if I'll ask this question, my fellows or classmates will think that I'm so dumb that I'm asking such a lame question. Or the teacher might say that when I was teaching this topic, where were you? Where were you focused? You were not mentally present at the class, or you don't pay attention. So, due to this fear or nervousness or because of shyness, the students sometimes do not ask the question, and since he or she do not ask the question, he do not get the answers to those questions. So in order to avoid that, teacher came up with an innovative idea called curiosity box. And this innovative idea, how to implement it, let's have a discussion on that. Teacher first made an arrangement for a carton of approx this much size. So that carton is, I'm sure we all have seen the letterbox. That carton is designed in the way the letterbox is done or designed. So in the letterbox, if you'll see there is a gap to post your letter. To post in the same way, there is a space for here for posting the chits, and at the bottom there is a small gate which will be open to draw the letter out of that. So in the same way, this curiosity box is designed, and it is designed with the help of the student. Teacher asks the student to design this letter box, and our teacher also give the student free hand to design it the way they want, and the name is written as curiosity box at the center of the letter box. Now a student, when they see the things happening around in their surroundings, when they have any question, it could be subjective, it could be related to the surrounding atmosphere that they have been noticing. A student can ask the question, teacher give them an option that you can either write your name, or if you want to anonymously submit your chit, you could even do that. And if it is related to the subject, do not forget to mention the class at the same time. Or mentioning your class is something which is needed. You need not to mention your name. So students submit their queries, or students post their queries in the letter box. The letter box it is placed in such a place where where it is in reach of the student, and it's where the student could post their chats. So the student asks their questions or queries, and it could be answered either on a weekly basis, last day of the week, or the teacher, if want, the question could be asked on the daily basis during the assembly when the school ends. So this question asks the student asks the question. For example, teacher make the student plant sapling. So a student, after planting various type of sapling in the school garden, the students were asked to submit their queries about environment and trees in the curiosity box. So student could ask their question accordingly. In the same way, having observed some farmer in his village, a student posted a question that how water from a solar pump goes to tank through the motor pump. So teacher explained the student that the motor from the sunlight, or that solar panel absorbs the sunlight. Those sunlight gets converted to the solar energy. This solar energy then gets converted to the electrical energy, and electrical energy into mechanical energy, which brings the water at the top of the tank. So this is how it is done. So teacher clears the queries of the students. It could be done in two ways. Either if the question is generic and if it is beneficial for all the students, so teacher could answer it in the assembly, morning assembly, or in the evening assembly, or noon assembly for that matter. Or if it is a class-wise question, that could be answered in the class itself. So this is how it is done. Now, I'm sure you have liked the innovative idea. Now, moving to the next innovative idea, which is called cycle of events. What is cycle of events? Let's have a discussion on that. Just as a baby is able to learn the critical skills of walking, talking, eating by observing the people across him. When he notices his mom, his dad, the way they talk, the way they run, and everything else, when he sees in the surrounding, he learns by observing, isn't it? Student is our child is someone who has got the intrinsic power to observe. They observe a lot of time. You might have noticed that a student, or not the student, but the kid, he won't speak for a year, for 1.5 or 2 years, but then he gradually starts speaking. You don't even send him to school, right? When he starts speaks, we don't give him the tuition for his grammar and all, or the vocabulary. We do not teach him that A for apple, B for boy, chota, nar, bada, etc. But he starts speaking. He knows that this is water, and water is inside, this is water. How does he know this? He knows that this is mobile, there is a game inside it which he need to play, or he has to watch the video in the YouTube. How he knows it? He knows it by observing we all, by observing his parents, his siblings, his uncle, anyone for that matter, whoever he sees. But the student observes first, and they tend to do whatever his elders are or her elders are doing. But as they grow up, they also become keen to not just follow other blindly, but to first understand the action of other, and then they implement that on themselves, right? And this understanding of the children in their surrounding is the reason why this innovative idea called cycle of events has been introduced as an innovative idea over here. So how this is implemented to inspire the student? First, start reading a relevant newspaper article for the children during morning assembly, or in the classroom, while pointing out the key observation and opinion expressed by the writer in the article. So first, teacher increases the curiosity of the student to learn, so that they become keen, they become interested to learn a lot. Then after doing that, teacher make the student that you have to observe your surrounding, and then you have to document it at the same time. So it could be done as in the student are divided into different groups. For example, just assume there are 20 students. So a group of 4 students each is divided into 5. So 4 students are, was a group of four students is divided. So there would be total 5 group if there are 20 students. And the students are given the task. The task could be similar to all the groups, or it could be different for each group. For example, the teacher gave a student to go on a field trip to observe and record the events related to a specific syllabus topic. For example, effect of weather on farming, or it could be local occupation, or the modes of transport that you see in your area. So these are the tasks which could be given to the students in different groups. Then after that, once the students are given the task, they are given some time to observe and to write it down. After that, once the student has written it down, then the turn comes for presentation. So the students, in order to increase the speaking skill of the student, presentation skill of the student, in order to get rid of the stage fear that number of the student has in their mind, in order to get rid of that, this activity of presentation is involved, where students are asked to prepare their script and come and present in the stage. It could be in form of children newspaper, where students are made reporter and there are chief editor in chiefs. The students notice what is happening in their surrounding, and then they submit it to the editor in chief. Editor in chief then selects the news which are good or which need to be taught in the school. And then during the end of the school, during the assembly, one student from the reporter or the editor comes to the stage on a rotational basis, and then he reads the headline. Similarly, the second could be news bulletin presentation in the class, where the children's newspaper was in was in the class, was in the assembly. The news bulletin presentation, where the headings of the happening going across the city or the society or the surroundings are involved in this. Then comes a news article. What is news article? I'm sure we all are aware of it. The news article is the description of any opinion of any happening that is happening, that has happened, or that is about to happen. It could be regarding anything. So, just as the teacher reads a news article in the morning assembly, every day one student or the pair of a student is asked to read out their local news items. So students are given when it asked to write down their opinions, or they have to read an article from the newspaper. Then comes the role play. Two students enact a conversation either as a news reporter on TV, or two friends discussing the news, or as a two character common incident. Then comes the essay. We all know what essay is. The students write an essay or draw photos on the chart paper to present the information they have collected on a particular class lesson. So this is how this is done. After the student presentations, the teacher provides his or her opinion on the topic. For example, the students have related how two drunken men were quarreling and one fired at the other, injuring him seriously. And the teacher then shared information of on how alcohol addiction affect the individual and his family and the society at the same time. So this is how this innovative idea cycle of event could be introduced, could be implemented in the school. Now, moving on to the next innovative idea called rapid learning. This idea has been given by the teacher, and he said that, sir, it was a Sunday morning, a bright Sunday morning. I was reading a newspaper since it was my off, so I was sitting on the lounge, was reading a newspaper. My wife was preparing the breakfast in the kitchen. I was busy reading the newspaper. Suddenly, I heard the voice of my wife that we have a girl of 5 years. So a girl child is there of 5 years. So he heard the voice of his wife. She was saying that, look, she has taken a chips packet with her. The chips packet appears to be old. Do check whether the dates are there or it has been expired. Teacher said that, sir, I was so busy reading an interesting article in the newspaper that I asked my daughter to check the article, or to check the packet and see if the product is expired or not. Daughter was in a state of confusion. She asked the dad, what is the expiry date and where could I find that expiry date? Teacher said that, sir, then I realized I kept my newspaper aside. I made her to sit near me. I took the packet from her hand, and from the first time, and it's not like I've never seen the rappers. I have seen the rappers a number of times earlier, but this is the first time when I was so dedicatedly, so keenly looking at this rapper, and I realized that this rapper is not only a rapper but a piece of information from number of subjects that could be taught to the student. For example, uh, when we talk about the nutritional values, you could see the calories, carbs, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, salt, etc. could be seen in that. So it could be used for science. Similarly, the student could be make aware of the barcode, that what barcode is, how for each product the barcode would be different. Then in any of the booklet, in any of the wrapper, you will find would be two languages in most of the wrappers. First would be English, and the second would be the state where this product is getting sold. So it could be the Hindi, or if it is in Tamil Nadu, it could be Tamil, or it could be the Kannada, or any language for that matter. So the languages could also be taught to the student. In the same way, there is the place where the address is mentioned, as in which state, which city, the pin code, etc. So we could discuss about the social science thing with the same wrapper, that what is the state, what is the district, and number of the students. Since we don't use letters these days, even the forms of the public sector exams that happens earlier, these forms also used to be couriered or shipped through post office, but nowadays forms are submitted online. So number of students are not even aware of the pin code. So student could be taught about the pin code, what pin code are, how the pin codes are used, etc. At the same time, there are number of information which could be given to the student, such as customer care number, what is the role of customer care, what is the role of the complaint if you are not happy with any product or anything as such, so how you could raise a complaint, etc. So number of information could be given to the student by just using the wrapper of the empty wrappers of the product. So teacher says that, sir, these are the packets which fascinate the students. They love the chips, these chocolates, toffees, etc., biscuits, namkeens, etc. So teacher said that, sir, I asked the student first that do not eat these products. These are harmful for your health. These are not good. And I asked them to also carry the product, the wrapper of sugar, and then oil, and then basin, etc., from their home. The student carries these packets from their home. A carton is kept at the class. The teacher said that clean these wrappers while coming from your home, at your home, and then keep these wrapper in this empty carton. The student keep these wrappers in the carton. One by one, each student is called to read whatever is written in the wrapper, and the teacher introduced the various things, various information related to the, as I said, to the area, to the pin code, to the barcode, to the nutritional values, etc., to the students. So with the same wrapper that a student used to eat in the product inside and throw, now the students are learning much more number of things out of these empty wrappers. So this is how the innovative idea of wrapper learning could be introduced in the class, and believe you me, this is something which is very effective and which makes a student interested toward learning. Now, moving on to the next innovative idea called mathematical benches. A creative teacher is sensitive towards the learning need of his or her students and tries to adapt the teaching method to facilitate in the way that children can relate to. Mathematics, let me tell you about the subject called mathematics. Mathematics is the subject which is sometimes very easy for the student to learn. If your concepts are clear, if the concepts are clear, you could score 100 out of 100. But at the same time, if the concepts are not clear, there are high chances that the student could get the zero at the same time, because mathematics is the subject which is entirely dependent on the concept. If your concept are the clear, maths become the highest scoring subject. But if the concepts are not clear, the student, I've seen number of the student who fear maths because of the reason that their concepts are not clear. Teacher said that mathematics is such a subject and it can be at times abstract. So teachers said that, sir, in order to clear the concept of the student, I involved them in the activity, which is called mathematical benches. I use the benches of the class or the tart putty where the students sit to teach them or to make them understand the various concepts. So I'll explain the concept to the student and then I'll make them do the activity. For example, the place values, number line, ascending and descending order, numbers, positive numbers, negative numbers, addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. Number of the things could be taught using the benches. For example, I have to teacher said that, sir, suppose I have to teach a student about the place value. So children sit in rows and column as usual. But at the benches, teacher will write the place value of that bench. For example, unit, tens, hundred, thousand, lakhs, 10 lakhs, and so on. The students are made to sit on a rotation basis. During the time of the attendance, the student has to, when his name will be called or his roll number will be called, he'll say his name or present sir along with the unit value that is written on the desk. As in unit ones, that is unit tens, hundred, and so on. So this is how when gradually they learn the relevance of place value and internalize the concept. When they see the same thing on rotation basis when their turn is coming, it become very easy for them to understand the concept that unit is one, that is first bench, tens is second bench, 100 is third bench. So this is how the place value would take place. Now, talking about the ascending and descending order, the students are divided into two groups. One group is told that they have to sit according to their height in ascending order, and the other group is told that they have to sit according to their height in descending order. When the student sees that in ascending order it's increasing and in descending order it is decreasing, they gradually understand the meaning of the ascending and the descending order. Similarly, shapes could be taught to the student very easily. Throughout the school hours, the students' seats are arranged to form the different shapes. For example, if teacher is introducing a topic called circle, then the students are asked to meet in circle. Similarly, the teacher is introducing the topic for rectangular, the students are made to sit in rectangular. If it is triangle, the students are made to sit in triangle shape. If it's square, the students are made to sit in the square shape and so on. So this is how the shapes could be introduced. Similarly, positive and negative numbers could also be introduced with this innovative idea. The students sit in pairs, but not next to each other. Instead, they sit facing away from each other. So in the opposite direction. So during attendance, when the teacher announced, their name are announced, or the roll number are announced, with the so they call their no roll number or they call their attendance with a positive or negative value added to their desk. For example, the student is sitting at the negative side, he'll say minus 23, and who is at the positive side, he'll say, for example, Rahul, positive 23. So the student will say today I'm minus 23, today I'm minus 50, or today I'm plus 50, or today I'm, or not plus 50, in fact today I'm 50, or today I'm 23, and so on. So if believe you me, if this technique is used regularly in the class, students gain a very strong understanding of the topic and are able to internalize the or to understand the importance of maths concept and theories, and they will never forget them again, and they will score a good mark in the subject called math. The same fear which was there for this subject won't be there anymore, and they would be learning, they would be having a confidence gain in a way which would something be very positive and which could be worth your effort for that matter. So these are the 5 innovative ideas, dear teachers, that I had to discuss with you all. I hope that you have liked these innovative ideas. If you have any question, any queries regarding these innovative ideas, or regarding the platform called JEDII, as in Zero Investment Innovation for Education Initiative, or in Hindi it's Shiksha Mission Innovation Amachar. please feel free to ask me. Or if you have any experiences that you would like to share with me or with me, or by using this platform, if you want to share your experiences with the teachers or with the person, with the people across the nation, whoever are watching us at this live webinar, by using the different platform, be it Facebook or YouTube or Zoom, you could definitely ask your question or could share your experience. I would love to have your experience. I would love to listen to your experience.
Hello.
So if you have any question, any queries, please feel free to ask me. Yeah. Hello.
Dhiran Gautam sir, I would like to share my experience from.
Good afternoon, Jagdish sir.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How about you?
I'm fine, fine. So basically, I had tried the introduction of yoga in my school. Basically, when I joined the school, I saw that some students, in spite of living in village, are looking very weak and not looking so healthy. Then I introduced yoga classes in my school. Being a yoga expert, I had teaching first them the simple exercise called Suksham Vyayam in our yoga. Okay, micro exercises. Thereafter, I had taken them to the yoga postures. Then slowly and gradually, I taught them sit-ups, push-ups, and handstand. And after 4 months, I saw a lot of changes in them, and now they are doing very good asanas, and also a lot of flexibility improve in them. So this is my experiment in my school. So I suggest all the teachers to adopt the yoga and physical exercise in their school on regular basis, so that students don't depend upon medicine, and also their immunity improved, and they will perform better in their examination. Also use that Brahmari pranayam, that is very good for the mind. It will improve the mind power of students and help them to cram up and study their lectures and their all the education very well. This is my experience, sir.
I'm glad to listen to your experience like this, sir. I completely agree that yoga is something which is recognized not only in our country but all across the world. And for the same reason, 21st June is celebrated as World Yoga Day. And I'm so glad that you changed the life of the student, because I don't only think that yoga is good for your health. Oh, yoga is something which is complete in itself. It's for the mental, the spiritual, and the physical being of an individual, of a human being. So it's something which is very effective and which could be done. I'm glad that you started with Sukshma Vyayam, because that is the way to start a yoga if you are doing that.
Yeah.
Sukshma Vyayam is something which could be introduced first, and after that, gradually, when we start to the different or the difficult steps of the yoga. So I'm so glad that you are telling the importance of yoga and you are introducing that in your school. And that will, if the student get habitual to that practices of yoga, believe me, you are going and or that is going to change their life forever, their habit forever. You won't easily fall sick. You get adjusted to the atmosphere when you practice yoga, and there are a number of benefits related to the same. So
Yeah, sir, yeah. At present, lot of students are doing advanced yoga asana also.
wow, that's really great, sir. So Jagdish sir, you could also share this innovative idea to us by going to our website, which is www.jediei.com. And
Okay.
since because I know that it don't involve yoga, don't involve any monetary investment, nothing as such. So
Nothing,
there's
sir.
no monetary involvement related to that. And I personally feel that yoga is a practice that need to be followed by each and everyone in order to achieve a good, a better life. And this is something which is beneficial for themselves.
So
So
now,
that definitely
yeah,
need to be followed.
so now basically we are taking yoga as a only physical aspect of yoga is teaching in school at present. But the main thing is the mental aspect. That is that because study is mostly related to mind power. When your mind power is good, you can make a better focus. and by teaching them the pranayamas and dhyan, we can improve their mind power. That will help them a lot.
Absolutely, and that's why I said that it works on the physical, mental, and a spiritual being of a person. So yoga
Yeah,
is
yeah,
something which works for the holistic development. Even if you talk about the mental skills or physicals or emotional or be it spiritual or be it social, yoga
yeah,
is something which involves all those five ways of like skills in the mind or the heart of the person or the individual for that
yeah, yeah.
matter.
And
So this
overall, we can able to make a good citizen of India. That's the
absolutely.
that's the main aspect of education. I think so.
एब्सोल्युटली सर, मैं हिंदी में बोल देता हूँ ये बात कि हम बात करते हैं भारत में शिक्षा की, लेकिन भारत में शिक्षा के साथ साथ शिक्षा में भारत का समावेश होना भी बहुत जरूरी है. एज इन वी टॉक अबाउट एजुकेशन इन इंडिया, बट एट द सेम टाइम वी नीड टू टॉक अबाउट इंडिया इन एजुकेशन to
जी जी.
unite the country and to make this country a better place for each and every individual.
सर बिल्कुल आपके साथ मैं बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ, क्योंकि आज हमें जो शिक्षा की ऐसी शिक्षा की जरूरत है जिसमें हम सिर्फ एक अमीर व्यक्ति नहीं पैदा करें, हम एक ऐसा सिटीजन पैदा करें, एक ऐसा मानव तैयार करें जो हमारे कल्चर के साथ जुड़ा हो, जो हमारी संस्कृति के साथ जुड़ा हो, जो हमारे जो जितना भी हेरिटेज के साथ जुड़ा हो, और जिसे अपने भारतीय होने पर गर्व हो, और जो भारत को आगे लेकर जाए, विश्व पर भारत का नाम रोशन करे और भारत को एक विश्व गुरु बनाए. इस मिशन के साथ हमें चलना चाहिए.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही बात है सर, मैं कंप्लीटली एग्री करता हूँ जगदीश सर आपकी बात में. सर बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे आपसे बात करके. कहाँ से हैं सर आप?
सर मैं जम्मू कश्मीर से, जम्मू सिटी से हूँ मैं.
ओके ओके ओके, बहुत अच्छा लगा सर आपकी बातें सुन के, एंड आई एम रियली ग्लैड टू हैव यू एट दिस प्लेटफॉर्म. थैंक यू सो मच जगदीश सर.
तो मेरे स्कूल का एक पेज भी है, आपने शायद मैंने आपको पहले दिखाया था, आपने
हाँ
देखा
जी
पेज?
हाँ जी हाँ जी हाँ जी सर, पेज मैंने विजिट किया था. पेज आपका बहुत अच्छा है, और अभी मैंने कम्प्लीटली उस तरीके से विजिट नहीं किया हुआ है. मैं आज थोड़ा सा फुर्सत लगा के उसको विजिट करूंगा फॉर
आपके
श्योर
उसमें देखिए मैंने
100%.
योगा के वीडियो भी बच्चों के डालने हुए हैं, मैंने बच्चों के योगा के वीडियो भी डाले हुए हैं. हाँ.
ग्रेट ग्रेट, मैं बिल्कुल विजिट
तो
करूंगा सर.
हाँ, उसमें सर मैं मटेरियल डाल रहा हूँ, कोई व्याकरण, कोई ग्रामर, अपोजिट वर्ड, एंटोनिमस, सिनोनिमस, होमोफोन्स, जो भी मटेरियल मुझे कहीं कहीं से मिला मैं सारा डाल रहा हूँ. मैं आपको 10 साल के अंदर वो पेज मैं आपको शो करता हूँ, ऐसा बड़ा पेज बन जाएगा कि स्टूडेंट को उसमें बहुत सारा मटेरियल मिल जाएगा फॉर एवर.
ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रेट, तो आगे के लिए बच्चों के लिए भी वो लर्निंग हो जाएगी और उससे बहुत कुछ सीखते रहेंगे. बिल्कुल सही बात है सर.
जी सर. थैंक यू सर.
थैंक यू सो मच जगदीश सर, अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करने के लिए, बात
थैंक
करके.
यू.
मेरा टाइम हो चुका है, 2 बज चुके हैं. मुझे इस वेबिनार में सुनने के लिए, मेरे साथ शामिल होने के लिए मैं आपका हृदय से आभारी हूँ. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर लिसनिंग टू मी एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर हैविंग मी हियर. And I'm quite hopeful. I believe that when you would be going to your school, at least one innovative idea that has been discussed across all these days, I believe that you, and I would request you all that to implement at least one idea out of these innovative ideas that I have been discussing with you all. And let me assure you that you would definitely be benefited out of that, and your student will definitely be benefited. With the same thought, I'm saying bye for today. I'm signing off for the day. We would be meeting tomorrow with another case study, another innovative ideas. Till then, take good care of yourself.